October and June. The captain gazed gloomily at his sword, hanging on the wall. In the closet nearby, his faded uniform, stained and worn from weather and service, lay in silent repose. How long ago those days of war and its alarms seemed! And now, a veteran of his country's tumultuous times, he found himself in abject surrender, defeated by a woman's soft eyes and smiling lips. As he sat in his quiet room, he held in his hand the letter he had just received from her, the letter that had plunged him into this melancholy state. He reread the fateful paragraph that had shattered his hopes. "In declining the honor you have done me in asking me to be your wife, I feel that I ought to speak frankly. The reason I have for so doing is the great difference between our ages. I like you very, very much, but I am sure that our marriage would not be a happy one. I am sorry to have to refer to this, but I believe that you will appreciate my honesty in giving you the true reason." The captain sighed, leaning his head on his hand. Yes, there were many years between their ages. But he was strong and rugged. He had status and wealth. Wouldn't his love, his tender care, and the advantages he could offer make her forget the age difference? Besides, he was almost certain she cared for him. The captain was a man of decisive action. On the battlefield, he was known for his assertiveness and energy. He would see her and plead his case again in person. Age. What was it to come between him and the one he loved? In 2 hours he was ready, in light marching order, for his most crucial battle. He boarded the train bound for the old southern town in Tennessee where she lived. Theodora Deming, standing on the steps of the handsome porticoed mansion, was enjoying the summer twilight when the captain entered the gate and walked up the gravel path. She met him with a smile, devoid of any awkwardness. As the captain stood on the step below her, the age difference didn't seem so significant. He was tall and straight, his eyes clear and his complexion tanned. She was in the full bloom of beautiful womanhood. "I wasn't expecting you," Theodora said. "But now that you've come, you may sit on the step. Didn't you get my letter?" "I did," the captain replied, "and that's why I came. I say now, Theo, reconsider your answer, won't you?" Theodora smiled softly at him. He carried his years well. She truly appreciated his strength, his wholesome appearance, his manliness. Perhaps if— "No, no," she said, shaking her head firmly. "It's out of the question. I like you a whole lot, but marriage won't do. My age and yours are— But don't make me say it again. I told you in my letter." The captain flushed slightly, a touch of pink visible through the tan on his face. He was silent for a while, gazing sadly into the twilight. Beyond a line of woods that he could see was a field where the Union soldiers once camped on their march toward the sea. How long ago it seemed now. Truly, fate and Father Time had played a cruel trick on him. Just a few years stood between him and happiness. Theodora's hand reached down and settled into the clasp of his firm brown hand. She felt, at least, that sentiment akin to love. "Don't take it so hard, please," she said gently. "It's all for the best. I've reasoned it out very carefully on my own. Someday you'll be glad I didn't marry you. It would be lovely for a while, but just think, in only a few short years, how different our tastes would be. One of us would want to sit by the fireplace and read, maybe nurse a headache or rheumatism in the evenings, while the other would be crazy for dances, theaters, and late suppers. No, my dear friend, while it isn't exactly January and May, it's a clear case of October and pretty early in June. I'd always do whatever you wanted me to do, Theo. If you wanted to— "No, you wouldn't," Theodora interrupted. "You think that now, but you wouldn't. Please don't ask me any more." The captain had lost his battle, but he was a gallant warrior. and when he rose to make his final farewell, his mouth was set in a grim line, his shoulders squared. He took the train north that night. The next evening, he was back in his room, his sword hanging on the wall. He was dressing for dinner, tying his white tie into a meticulously crafted bow, while indulging in a pensive soliloquy. Upon my honor, I believe Theo was right after all. Nobody can deny she's a peach, but she must be 28, at the very least. For you see, the captain was only 19, and his sword had never been drawn except on the parade ground at Chattanooga, which was as close as he ever got to the Spanish-American War. The captain, a young man caught between the allure of a woman's charm and the harsh reality of an age gap, found himself facing the painful truth. Love, it seemed, was not enough to bridge the chasm between October and June. His romantic ideals had been shattered by the wisdom of a woman who understood the complexities of love and the inevitability of time's passage. The end. If you like the story, hit that like button and subscribe for more videos. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Was there anything that surprised you? Who's your favorite character in the story? I can't wait to hear your thoughts.